Hi, Jim Berthold here from OLI Systems with another video recording. Today's topic is how to enable plugins into the OLI Studio program. For this example, we're using OLI Studio version 10.0.2.1, which should be applicable for all versions, especially later versions. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to create, actually we're not going to create anything. We're just going to go right up here into Tools, and we're going to select Options. Okay. The Options panel should become present, and we're going to look at the category called Plugins. And we have some plugins that are always available, and I'm licensed for OLI Studio, Stream Analyzer, Corrosion Analyzer, EVS, and ScaleChem. That will change depending on what you have licensed. But we do have this extra plugin called OLI File Viewer, and this is the most common plugin we'll use. So we'll go ahead and enable it, and we'll go ahead and click OK. Now nothing seems to happen immediately on the screen, so we're just going to go ahead and create a very short stream here. We'll just add a little bit of sodium chloride to it just to show you how it works. We'll put some values in there. We'll add a calculation, and we'll go ahead and calculate it. Goes fairly quickly. We are seeing a little bit of degradation in performance because of the recording on top of it. And you'll see that we have this new tab called File Viewer. So depending on your licensing options, you will have different things to see. One thing everybody can see is the internal model that we create. This is a text file. Those who have been with OLI for many, many years will recognize this as the MOD file, or the model file. It's actually telling us some information here. The thermodynamic framework I used, this case was the aqueous database, and the version of the database used. Even though the software is 10.0.2, the aqueous database is an earlier version. Now this drop-down menu actually lets you see other things. It lets you see the generated model file. In this particular case, because I have a license for it, so you can see that. The one that's most important is the interaction matrix file, which another video will be about. So this is the file here. One thing that could also be used is you could turn on trace, and I'm going to right-click this. All users have this ability. Click the calculation options button, and we have this ability to enable trace. These are actually other thermodynamic functions you can enable, but we have different videos on that. I'm going to go back and rerun this calculation. And now we have what's called the trace file. This is actually a detailed list of what happened internally to the software. It's a very simple case here. This is very old OLI technology, but I, as an application engineer, may ask you to run this file and send me the contents to help you diagnose what's going on. Anyway, that's how to enable the file viewer. And it's a handy tool to have, and there will be other videos about how to use this tool for other things, and we'll explain that later. Thank you for your attention, and hope to see you soon.